backdoor, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for 2.
Dribble in the corner, Holzer feeds across to a cutting Copperbig. And spin behind, ball picked up by the Greyhounds, forward pass. Miller hustles back with an outstanding defensive play to get a blocked shot.
Right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the 3, and it's good!
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School Class A Eastern Dakota Conference boys basketball action from the West Fargo Horace Gymnasium, a contest against intercity rivals, if you can call them that. It's the first year that Horace has been in existence with varsity basketball. Definitely not the first year for the West Fargo Packers, the visitors on tonight's scoreboard. I'm Dan Gunderson, alongside me, cameraman Joey Hughes, excited to bring you tonight's action on your live event. The Packers and the Hawks, both towards the bottom of those EDC standings, but still a lot of basketball left to play as we end the month of January with this one and get ready for the month of February and really a drive to those EDC playoffs. The Packers come in with some revenge on their mind. Second game of the year, second game of the history of the Horace Hawks basketball squad pitted these two teams against each other, and Horace came away with the victory in that one, 89-87, all the way back on December 2nd, or I should say December 9th. In that game, Isaiah, as he'll go by in the program, but we'll be calling him Zay for this one, had 22 points. And that young man will be a focus as we get into things. We have a lot of stuff to cover in the next 16 minutes or so before we get to tip-off. Coming up, we're going to look at West Fargo, how the month of January has gone for the Packers and what they might be looking at in this game as they try to end the month on a high note. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event.
One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Dan Gutterson back here with you at the home of the Hawks, Horace High School, their first year of varsity play for this squad. And the history of West Fargo in general has been one of expansion in the last 10 years. West Fargo, the Packers, of course, that first school in this city, gave way to West Fargo Cheyenne. And from there, a level of athletic dominance, not only in the basketball court, but also on the football field as well. And because of the growth of this city, it has given way to West Fargo Horace and the Hawks. Right now, we're going to concentrate on the original, the Packers, and how that West Fargo team has been doing so far this year. When I had a chance to talk with head coach Adam Palczewski before this game, really before any words were spoken, he grabbed the roster from me and just started scratching off players that are not going to be available tonight, and in large part because the injuries have been significant for West Fargo. And I think that's the first place that you have to start when talking about this Packers squad, and it led to some of the losses that came up for them. Now, the way that the EDC works is you will have 2-point games, meaning that it's one game but will count in 2 wins or losses in the standings when you play it. They had 3 of those in the last 4 games: Fargo North, Grand Forks Central, West Fargo Cheyenne. And because of that, it has led to some it has led to some issues. I shouldn't say those games. Devil's Lake, Devil's Lake and Red River, in fact, were the 2 games that were the dual losses that counted towards 2 losses in the point column for the EDC for West Fargo. And those injuries, they hit hard. Isaac Fitz, last time that I had a chance to call a West Fargo game, he was a starter. He is not going to be playing tonight. You also have Leighton Hofflin, McKellen Anderson, Beckett Fowl. Those are some players that won't be seeing time, namely McKellen Anderson and Leighton Hofflin. Those 2 got to see some time but won't be seeing any tonight. Peyton McGregor has not played since January 13th, dealing with a little bit of a foot issue. He right now is out on the court. He is warming up. He may see action tonight. He's going to give it a go in warm-ups, and we'll see how things develop for him. But again, that is just a consistent problem, or I would say issue, for this West Fargo squad, is the injuries and staying healthy. Players who have been healthy throughout this entire season, well, we start with Nick Perry's, and that is the leading scorer for West Fargo, averaging 16.6 points per game, wearing the number 0, the 5'11 guard. Also averages about 2 3-pointers made a game. He'll hoist up about 6, and that's going to be important for West Fargo because the Hawks, well, they can come out, they can fill it up from deep. And if you've got a guy like Perry's who can also kind of match them bucket for bucket, that's going to be important. Down low, it's Tony Leal, averaging 14.5 points and 11.2 rebounds per game. The big man in the middle, 6'5 junior forward, is going to be counted on for some buckets in the post. However, those are the only 2 starters that were on the squad when these 2 teams played back in December 9th. Max Schell, Max Fowl, and Keaton McGregor all didn't start, and even Keaton McGregor didn't even see any action to begin the season because of a groin issue. He will be on the court tonight for the Packers in that starting rotation. And to Coach Palczewski, it's about getting to the middle of February with some victories, but also with some health. The rash of injuries that has hit this team really in a crucial part of the season. He's hoping this health can come back around for them. Right now, West Fargo High sitting at 5-8 overall, but 6-9 in the EDC standings. You think of the 6 and the 9 as the points that they have for their squad right now. They sit at 8 games back of first place Davies, who's 14-1 in EDC play, 12-2 overall. But really in the immediate sight, they've got West Fargo Cheyenne they're 2 games back of, and might even have the tiebreaker on them based on victories and the victories and losses and points totals within those games. Just to give you an idea, they beat West Fargo 74-64 back on January 5th, and then lost to them by 10 points just back on the 27th, just a few days ago. So it's a team that is right ahead of them in the standings, along with Shanley, which they're 3 games back of not only them, but Grand Forks Central. And it is something that they're going to work to try and achieve and get towards. Just looking at the month of January for this West Fargo squad, they're 3-5 with their victories coming against Cheyenne, which we mentioned, a 2-point win against Fargo South back on the 13th, and then a 8-point win over Wapaton on the 24th. Their losses, Grand Forks Central, Fargo Davies, and then these two that we mentioned right away from the onset. This is where the injuries hit them against both Grand Forks Red River and Devils Lake. 2-point games, both losses, both on the road within 3 days of each other, and then the loss on the 27th. They're looking for some revenge tonight against Horace. Horace, when we come back from the break, we're going to look at this squad, a young one, no senior on the roster, but one that offensively can give you fits. You're watching High School Hoops on your live event.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit dagelman.com to view our openings.
Dan Gutterson back with you here at the Horace Gymnasium, home of the Hawks. Alongside me is Joey Hughes, the cameraman for tonight. And a big shout out to all the sponsors that give us the opportunity to bring you these broadcasts tonight. When we come up to those starting lineups, that'll be brought to you by American Insurance. Of course, we have RDK Enterprises, Enbridge, First Class Mortgage, all sponsoring some important things throughout the game and the post-game show with Tommy's Express Car Wash, where we'll hope to get an opportunity to sit down with the winning head coach of tonight's game. Despite the record for Horace, as they come in tonight with an overall record of 3-11, 2-13 in EDC play, it is not a given that they are just going to lay down. They are a hard-playing team, a young team, no seniors on this squad, but a lot of juniors that are going to see some action tonight, and even some freshmen that will find the court for Coach Derek Hutchinson in their first year as a varsity program. You look at the last month for Horace, and I was accidentally reading some of this schedule for them as I was going through what West Fargo had gone through the month of January. It's been rough for Horace. They opened up with a loss at Devils Lake, but then a victory over Valley City. Fargo Davies, a team that's really just beaten everybody, went and posted 102 on them on the 7th of January. But then there were some battles within there, too. They lost by 8 to Fargo South, battled late with Shanley, ended up losing to them. And these are where the tough ones come in, the 2-point losses to North Central and Cheyenne. The Central one was especially tough, an overtime defeat on the road against the Knights. They also just lost on the 27th of January to Wapaton on the road. And this team isn't getting blown out by 40 or 50. A lot of these games are close. They start to expand late. And even the loss on the 27th to Wapaton was only by 6 points. This team can shoot it from 3. And one of the guys that we're going to be paying attention to from the Hawk squad is that Isaiah Williams. He had 22 points in the victory on December 9th against West Fargo High. He comes into this game averaging 17 points per game. He recently changed jerseys as well. Came in wearing number 3 for most of the year. He's now wearing number 32 tonight. 5'11", 130-pound guard, has a lot of speed, as does a majority of this team. They like to spread it out. They like to fill it in from deep. They get those straight line drives to the hoop and are able to find some passing lanes to dish it out. So if you're able to man up and body up on the ball handler, allow him to get off balance, you can create some havoc. But because of the injuries and some of the lack of size and depth that West Fargo has, this is going to be an opportunity for Horace to be able to play their style of basketball. Get up and down, score a lot of points. They want to get in a track meet. They want to try and get you into that 70, into that 80-point game, as long as things are working out efficiently for them. Another player to watch for when it comes to Horace, it's Carvin Fish. Carvin Fish comes in averaging almost 10 rebounds a game, just under that at 9.7. Carvin, the 6'5", 210-pound junior, his main person he's going to be guarding tonight will probably be Tony Leo. But just because he is that size, that doesn't mean that Carvin's going to be spending a lot of time in the post. Like I said, this team likes to shoot from deep, and we expect Carvin to be shooting it from deep as well. Horace, again, this would be a nice way for them to start, at least, or I should say end the month of January by putting up another victory over West Fargo High, and a good start to really this inter-city rivalry between these two teams as the year, or as this time frame for these two programs playing each other has just begun. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll look around the rest of the EDC, look around the rest of your live event, what we're broadcasting tonight, right before we get into the starting lineups and tip-offs. You're watching Class A North Dakota High School boys basketball on your live event. Back here with you on your live event. Time is winding down here as warm-ups are completing, and so we will get you just kind of a quick roundup of what's going on around the rest of the EDC tonight. You have Devils Lake at Shanley, Fargo South at Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River will be taking on Fargo North, Wahpeton is taking on Valley City, and then West Fargo Cheyenne at Davies. In terms of your live event games, well, the broadcast tonight here, obviously, and a handful of some games starting here at about 7 o'clock with Lake Park Audubon taking on Mahnomen Waban, and International Falls will be taking on Hibbing in some high school hockey. A lot of games have already tipped off as well. Lesbian versus Northern Cass, Detroit Lakes versus Atkin, Oak Grove versus Maple River across the region. That's going to do it for the pregame show. We'll take our final break. When we come back, your American Family Insurance starting lineups. You're watching High School Hoops on your live event.
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact: high schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
I'm really happy here because on a daily basis when I get here, I'm so excited to work with the people around me.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Horace Hawks Gymnasium, home of Horace High, as we get you ready for this Class A EDC boys basketball matchup. And we're going to start out with the lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Chris Heisey's team is here to serve and help meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go to chrisheisey.com. That's Chris Heisey at American Family Insurance, bringing you tonight's starting lineups. We start with the West Fargo Packers, the road squad on the scoreboard. Starting at a guard, a 5'11 senior wearing number 0, Nick Perry's. And another guard, it'll be 5'10 senior, wearing number 2, Max Schell. This is a smaller lineup, so it'll mostly be 4 guards. The third guard will be Max Fow, a 6-foot senior wearing number 4. Keaton McGregor, 6'1 junior, another starting guard for West Fargo. And then finally the man in the middle, 6'5 junior wearing number 24, Tony Leal. The Packers are coached by Adam Palczewski. He is in his 6th season as coach. Won state last year, or I should say in 2021, for the West Fargo Packers, and ended up taking 2nd in state last year. So far this year with an overall record of 5-8, 6-9 in EDC play. On the other side of the gym, you've got the Horace Hawks coming in with an overall record of 2-13, 3-11 in EDC play. Pardon me, 2-13 in EDC play, 3-11 overall. This is how Coach Derek Hutchinson is going to go with his starting lineup. Starting in a guard, a freshman, 5'10", wearing number 0, Carter Everson. Starting in another guard position, 6-foot sophomore, wearing number 2, Brady Westfall. Starting at a forward/center position, 6'5 junior, Carvin Fish. Starting at a second forward position, 6'1 junior, Mustafa, now known as Moose Diomande, wearing number 24. And finally, the third guard and final starter for the Horace Hawks, wearing number 32 tonight, a new jersey for the 5'11 guard, Isaiah Zay Williams. Again, coached by Derek Hutchinson. Horace is in their first year as a varsity program. and looking to make a clean sweep of the West Fargo Packers boys basketball team. And what a way to start things off as these two teams go up against each other. Both kind of doing some handshakes as they go through the tip-off starters. And we are going to get ready to go here with Horace taking on the West Fargo Packers. It'll be Tony Leal jumping up against Carvin Fish, and the tip is won by the Packers. And it'll be Perry's with the ball to start things out. He swings it over to the left wing, and they go down low. Leal now top the key, and right through the hands of Shell. Was it tipped? Yeah, no. So a turnover right away. As Shell was at the top of the key, the ball rifled through his hands, unable to handle the hot pass from Leal, and turnover for West Fargo. Nice inbounds play right to Fish. It goes up for two, no good. Had a nice clean look at it coming out of that inbounds play underneath the hoop. Rebound brought down by West Fargo. McGregor top the key to Perry's, who's swinging over to foul. Now you got Keaton McGregor, corner three, got it. Keaton McGregor pours it in for three. And it's 3-0 Packers. Horace moving the ball around. Williams with it. We'll give it off to Westfall. Sets the screen for Diomande. Or Moose. They give it back to Zay Williams. Leading scorer for this Horace team. Drives, kicks it out. There's a three from the corner. What an answer by Westfall to make it 3 apiece between these two teams. So a couple corner threes. One for McGregor and one for Westfall. And it's 3 apiece. West Fargo moving around, top of the key. Perry's no foul, deep three, and he fills it up. So Max Foul putting it in for 3, and he makes it 6-3. So 3's abound here. We know Horace can really fill it up from deep as Williams tries to drive. He'll give it off to Moose, who goes top of the key, to Evanson, who drives from the free throw line. The 2 is good. As Evanson put that in, you got Keaton McGregor. Another 3 for the corner for McGregor, who has now opened things up with back-to-back corner threes. That left corner has been sweet for him. It's 9-5. West Fargo with an early lead. 16 minutes to go here in the first half. Drive by Williams. He kicks it out. Moose head fakes. He'll drive into the paint. Has the ball poked away from him, but it ends up into the hands of Williams. Corner 3 from Williams on the way. No good. Rebound fought for, and then off the hands of Evanson, out of bounds, will stay, or excuse me, go West Fargo's way. Bodies hitting the floor underneath the hoop. But good hustle from both squads, and West Fargo will get the ball. Keaton McGregor, who is in that left wing, has a couple threes. He has 6 points, 9 for West Fargo as they go down to foul. We'll kick it out. Pardon me, foul. It was Leo foul. Shell, corner 3. Off back iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Diomande. And he'll bring it up the near sideline. He'll drive into the paint. He's cut off by Shell. He'll kick it over. That is Evanson for 3. Got it! Carter Evanson now with 5, and it cuts the deficit to 1 for Horace, down 9-8 with 15:15 to go. There's a 3 from Perry's. He makes a couple of these again. Oh, that one in and out. Trying to get aboard was McGregor as he crashed into a couple Horace players. Evanson will bring it across the timeline, crossover into the corner. It's Westfall, and he'll slow things down, bring it up. Now tries to go back on the crossover on foul, and we're going to get a foul on Max Foul, first personal, first team foul, and it'll be a sideline out of bounds as Carvin Fish finds the bench for the first time, and it'll bring in Bryson Hofer, I should say, who will go to the opposite sideline. Now cut baseline as the ball moves over to Westfall to Evanson. Evanson wing 3 off back iron, no good. Rebound brought down for Fott, and McGregor comes up with the loose ball, and he'll push it up. Get into the paint, drives on a couple Horace players. No good on the bank shot, but he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot a couple. Diomande, his first personal, first team foul. Keaton McGregor, love the aggressiveness offensively from the junior, who has 6 of his team's 9 points. First one is up off back iron, no good. 14:44 to go in the first half. The Packers with the lead, 9-8. Dan Gutterson, Joey Hughes here with you from Horace as West Fargo will get in their first substitution of the game. Checking in for the Packers will be Boniface Loria, as McGregor misses both. Loria going after the board. Nice hustle from number 12. He's on the deck. He gets it to Perry's, to Foul, who gets into the paint. Looking for Loria. Can't get it to him. Gives it to McGregor. Goes down low to Loria. Nice pass, catch, but can't get the finish. And it'll be a rebound for Horace. They bring it across the timeline. Swing it around the perimeter. Give it to Williams. He's top the key, guarded by Foul. He gets into the paint, drives, right hand running, shot off glass, and good. Zay Williams' first bucket of the game, wearing the new number 32, and he gives Horace an early 10-9 lead. Down to the Keaton McGregor with yet another three, and he has 9 points now to make it a 12-10 game for West Fargo.
Back door, finding McCraven, pass a little high.
Zay Williams with it on the wing. Cut from Diomande, not taken. He goes top the key to Evans, who has it poked away from him by Perry's. Perry's one-on-one, has it stolen by Evans. A great defense coming back to stop the breakaway. Give it to Westfall. He'll give it to Diomande, who fakes the three. Will drive into the paint with the left hand. Runner with the right off of the front iron. No good. Keaton McGregor with the rebound. He'll go far baseline. He'll give it to Laurie, who gets into the paint. Now kicks it out. Three on the way from Foul is good. And a timeout from Horace as West Fargo goes up 15-10 with 13:09 to go. We'll take one with them as you're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event. Back here at the Horace Gym, it's been the Max Foul Keaton McGregor show. 15 points for West Fargo, all coming from those two players. Keaton McGregor has 3 threes. Max Foul has 2 threes. And there's a nice cut by Westfall. Goes in, and it's good. No, they're going to say it's on the floor. Would have been an acrobatic and one. So on the cut, Westfall, I thought he had it, the hoop and the harm, but instead it's a foul on Loria, his first personal second team foul, and it'll be an inbounds underneath as Diomande will come on in come on out as Carvin Fish comes in. He sets the screen. Westfall now going into the paint with the left hand, no good. Fish with the rebound. He goes up for 2. Good and one. Carvin Fish puts it in for 2, and he'll go to the line for an and one as Loria checks out. Into the game is Tony Leal. That foul, by the way, was on Loria, his second personal, 3rd team foul. As Fish's shot is up, no good. Rebound brought down by Foul. 15-12, 12:40 to go in this first half. There's a wing 3. Peyton McGregor came on in. Can't put that one down, but a rebound by Leal. He'll give it to Foul. Over to Keaton McGregor. Keaton feeling it tonight. Wide out! His 4th 3 tonight. He's got 12, all from deep, and Keaton McGregor is on fire for the Packers. 18-12, they lead. Westfall comes off the screen to Williams. Into the corner now. Into the hands of Hoffer. Down low to Fish, and we're going to get a foul, an armbar foul. I believe this one's going to go on Leal, and if so, his first personal, 4th team foul. Did not call out the check-in for Peyton McGregor. His first action tonight. First action, in fact, since January 13th. He'd been on the shelf for close to 14 days, 2 weeks, really, as he has an opportunity to get back into this game. Glad to see him playing. Heck of an athlete. Him and his brother sharing the court tonight. Down low, onto the post. Fish that gives it to Westfall. Left-hand runner up, no good. Fish comes down with the rebound. He goes up with the left hand for 2. Garvin Fish with 4. It's 18-14. West Fargo with the lead. McGregor, quarter 3. Put a body on that man! Who's got him? Doesn't matter. Keaton McGregor on fire. 15 points all from deep. Keaton McGregor doesn't see a hoop. He sees an ocean, and he's throwing a pebble into it. How about Williams with the answer? No. Long rebound brought down by Peyton McGregor, and he'll run with it. Gets to the top of the key as he crosses the timeline. Give it over. Perry's thought about it. Instead, will drive on Hoffer. Now give it to Foul. He'll come off his screen. Left-hand dribble down into the paint. Just brings it out a little bit. Leal thought about giving it to Perry's. Gets into the paint. Runner shot up. No good. Rebound brought down by Fish. Williams will set up the offense for Horace. Give it over to Fish. To Evanson. Hoffer in the corner. Lets things settle. Williams comes off the Westfall screen to Fish. Thought about Westfall, top of the key. Goes down to Fish, who's quickly double-teamed. Ball is taken away on the ground as Peyton McGregor. And then Evanson tried to go after it and will get a foul called on him. Great hustle from Peyton McGregor. That is one thing I can promise you that Coach Palczewski and this squad missed is Peyton McGregor will hustle after a lot of things. Rebounds, loose balls, goes after the steals, and comes up with that loose ball. And then a foul on Evanson. His first personal, pardon me, it's on Brady Westfall. My apologies. His first personal still for him anyways. And second team foul. Handful of check-ins, including Shell is into this game for West Fargo High. And then there's McGregor on the drive. No, but there is a foul on the ground as McGregor was going after for 2. You also have Cole Tiedemann, who's checked in for West Fargo. Foul ends up being on Gavin Olson, who checked on in for Horace. Third team foul, as Foul thought about it, top the key, and said spins into the paint, kick out. There is a 3 from Leal on the way off iron, no good. Rebound fought for, brought down. Shell is on the ground. He's got a body on top of him. More bodies, more grabbing ball. And now we finally get a jump ball called as you had a host of Horace Hawks and West Fargo Packers down there. Fish and Shell were the two kind of going after that. They shake hands afterwards. No harm, no foul. Along with Gavin Olson checking in. For the first time we see Mike Safoy check in for Horace. Those two out there along with Williams, Westfall, and Fish. And on the other end, there's a steal for Foul. He'll go up with the right-hand layup. Good. Max Foul now has 8 points. West Fargo has 23 in total. 15 of those 23 coming from Keaton McGregor. The other 8 for Foul. Will always get Zay Williams to turn it over on the near sideline. Instead, he'll give it over to Safoy, dribbles with the left hand, gets into the paint, will go hard after it, then give it up to Olson, who's on the baseline, tries to dribble out of trouble, gives it to a cutting Williams, who almost turns it over, gets caught in the corner, will dribble it out top of the key to Fish. Head fake, he'll drive on Leal. Runner, right hand up, good. Garvin Fish can score in buckets. He has 6. It's 23-16. Horace down 7, top of the key to Foul. He'll give it to Perry's. Lets the offense try to work on through. Crossover to the elbow. Step back. He's open just underneath the three-point line and puts it in for 2. First player outside of Foul and Keaton McGregor to score for West Fargo. Back to a 9-point lead for the Packers. Westfall top of the key. He'll bounce pass it over to Fish, who gives it to a cutting Safoy. Corner 3. Off iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Foul. And he'll push it ahead for the Packers. Cross the timeline. Left-hand dribble. Gets into the paint. Try to go down low to Leal. Leal has great position. Got to get out of that paint, though, unless he wants to get 3 seconds. Instead, gets the ball delivered. Goes up for 2. No, but a foul on Fish. And Leal will go to the line to shoot 2. Well, they are saying this one is on Gavin Olson, which would be his second personal. And 4th team foul is Foul's first one is up. Pardon me, Leal's first one is up and good. So Gavin into the game no more than a couple minutes will end up with 2 personal and stay in the game for Horace. As the second one is up and nothing but net for Leal as well. And another substitution as there are a A lot of bodies being thrown out there for West Fargo. We'll get those substitutions here in a minute as Keaton McGregor has checked on in. But along with him is Alex Wetterlin. Horace has some substitutions as well, as this one is knocked out of the hands of the newly checked in Lucas Holsing. Out of bounds will go to West Fargo as they create another turnover. Up 11, 27-16 with 8:20 to go in this first half. UDC boys basketball action. It's been a fast-paced moving game as Perry's trying to get it through two players. It ends up getting knocked away into the hands of Evanson. He'll bring it up into the left hand. Over to Olsen. Back to Evanson, who'll swing it over to Savoy. Head fake. He's on shell. Almost lost the handle. Now he's in no man's land. He picked up his dribble. 5-second count. No, he gets it into the hands of Evanson, who has it taken away from him by Perry's left-hand layup. Good. Savoy got caught too far away from the bucket and turned it over. Right-hand dribble, looking for somebody to come over there. Gives it to Evanson, into the corner to Olsen. He's guarded tightly by Keaton McGregor. Give it to Fish. The West Fargo bench is up in arms, and another turnover as Keaton McGregor comes away with a steal. It's a 4-on-3. He's going to go right at Fish with a right-hand layup. No, but a foul on the foul in the act of shooting will send Keaton McGregor to the line to shoot two. So that's Carvin Fish's first personal 5th team foul. Keaton McGregor will go to the line to shoot two with his team up 13 with 7:30 to go in the first half. McGregor, who it just might be too close to the bucket at this point because all he's done is make three-pointers and miss free throws. Keaton McGregor with 15 points, 5 of 5 from deep for the junior. Has one more coming. And that one rattles home. Now it's 16 for McGregor as Evanson will bring it up. Down 14 are the Hawks. Looking to get this offense going is Evanson. He'll hand it off as Diomande is checked back in. Right-hand layup up, no good, but a foul. And Diomande, Moose as they call him, will go to the line to shoot two. Cole Tiedemann with his first personal. 5th team foul for West Fargo. First one up, no good for Moose. One more coming. That one does drop. His first points of the game, and it is 30-17. Plenty of time left here in the first half, but Horace has got to come up with a couple of stops as Tiedemann has the ball looking down low. I should say Wetterling has the ball looking down low. Looking for McGregor, can't get it to him as it's taken away by Olsen, who is then fouled as he was on the ground. And so Horace ball as Olsen was landed on when he was on the ground. And we're going to get a quick 30-second timeout as well as Horace came up with possession of that ball and still trails 30-17. You're watching North Dakota High School Hoops on your live event.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Back here at Horace, 30-17 our score as a turnover in the backcourt. Nick Perry comes up with the ball. We'll wait for his teammates to gather around him. Perry's will hand it off into the corner. Foul, who's quickly double-teamed by Evanson and Holsing, but gets it out. Corner from Wetterling, or I should say wing three from Wetterling, no good, but it is knocked out of bounds off of Horace. And so it'll be West Fargo ball. They called a foul before that timeout. At least that was the indication for one of the referees in front of the scorers table. However, we haven't seen any number posted or any new addition to a team foul, so we're going to assume maybe it was a timeout for Horace instead of the foul. As Fowles corner three can't drop. Rebound brought down by Olsen, then knocked out of the hands of Olsen by Keaton McGregor, but the reason it was knocked out is because there was a foul. So Keaton McGregor's first personal 6th team foul, and they will pick up Horace in a full court presser. 2-2-3, 2-2-1, and that one's knocked out of the hands of Evanson. Foul. As good of a game as McGregor is having. Foul now with 10 points. Came up with that steal. It's 32-17. Pressure on the other side of Savoy. Gets it. He thought about a wing three. Will dribble left hand top the key to Evanson. Evanson will hand it off to Holsing. Will give it over back to Evanson. Gives it to a cutting Olsen. Gets to the paint, shot for two. No, Keaton McGregor says no thank you. Here comes Wetterling in West Fargo. Head to McGregor. McGregor thought about it, decides against it to Perry's in the corner, who dribbles out of trouble. Gets into the paint, shot up off glass. No good, but we're going to get a foul. And 2 free ones coming for Perry's. Carter Evanson called for the foul. First personal 6th team foul. Both teams, next foul will put them in the bonus. Perry's first one is up and good. Perry's now with 5. You've got 10 from Max Foul. You've got 16 from Keaton McGregor and a nice little 2 from Tony Leal, and that is the scoring for the Packers. Perry's second one is up and good. Nick Perry's came into this game leading his team in scoring, averaging just under 17 points a game as the pressure's causing fits. McGregor tried to go up and send down a exclamation point. Monday said, no thank you, not in my gym. Comes back up with it, tried to then throw it off a foul, doesn't work. Foul on the other side, head fake into the paint, jump stop, shot up, no good, but we're gonna get a foul. Savoy on the challenge. Created the contact, the blocking foul. 2 now coming for Max Foul. As the first personal on Savoy, 7th team foul. Going back, McGregor, he was looking to do some harm. He went up right hand, was going to try to throw it down with authority. Great job by Monday to make sure that he challenged that at the rim and didn't allow for the easy bucket from McGregor. Another turnover, though, gives Foul an opportunity at the free throw line. This is the second one. He missed his first, and this one is left short. Rebound by Fish, who's checked in with Zay Williams, who has the ball guarded tightly by Foul. Comes off that Fish screen, will get into the paint, go right at Wetterling, who says no, but a foul. So Williams will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Wetterling, his first personal 7th team foul. As Williams, with that new number, only has a couple points, make that 3 as he puts that one in. Mentioned Fish had checked back in. You also see Bryson Hoffer is out there, along with Brady Westfall. The only player that stayed after that shift, that line change, I should say, is Lucas Holsing. As Williams puts that one in, he's got 4. It's 34-19 our score. Horace down 15. As McGregor will get into the lane for a layup and 2. Keaton McGregor having the game of his life with 18 big ones here in the first half. He's got half of what West Fargo has in total. It's 36-19. Here's a wing 3 from Westfall. Good. The lefty's got a sweet stroke from deep and now has 6 points in total. Good answer to McGregor's 2. It's 36-22. Corner for Wetterling. Coming off the screen is Shell. They'll give it to him. He gets in the paint. Thought about going after the Horace defense. Instead kicks it out to Foul, who's guarded closely by Williams. Has to pick up his dribble. McGregor thought about a 3. Westfall right in his hip pocket. Spin move. Almost lost it. Westfall with the block. Comes down into the hands of Olsen, who'll give it to Williams. And the Hawks down 36-22 with 4:20 to go in the first half. Crossing the timeline. Williams will come off the Hoffer screen. 3. Got it! This is one thing that Coach Palczewski said he could be worried about is the ability for Horace to hit 3. Keaton McGregor on the other end thought about it, gets into the paint, kicks it out. Wetterling, corner, 3, no. Rebound, long one, brought down by Holsing and the Hawks. Should say Hoffer, as Williams has it. He gets past the timeline, guarded tightly, thought about a 3, crossover dribble, gets in the lane, kicks it out. Here's a 3 off back iron, no good, long rebound brought down by Shell. And Shell will go over the far sideline, get into the paint, goes right after the Horace individual, and that is knocked down. Charge called on Shell. How about Holsing getting back on defense to take the offensive foul? Max Shell's first personal, 8th team foul as Peyton McGregor has checked on in. Nick Perry's max foul. Got Tony Leal in there as well with Max Shell as Westfall will try to organize his team to get across the timeline and break the 2-2-1 press, and they do as Westfall has it. Gives it to Fish. He's on the left wing. Top of the key to Williams, guarded by foul. He's going to walk for the screen from Hoffer. Gets it. Jumping out there is Peyton McGregor, who takes it away from him. Left hand into the right, goes up for 2. Right hand layup, no, but a foul is called, and Peyton McGregor will go to the line to shoot 2. There's been a lot of thefts far away from the basket by West Fargo tonight. I count about 4, and that is some North Border math I'm using right there. Could be more, but the Packers have been tenacious on D, guarding the ball and getting some steals far away from the hoop, as McGregor's first one is up and no good. The foul, by the way, ends up going against Zay Williams. For him, that is his first personal and the 8th team foul. Pretty evenly called across the board when it comes to fouls, as Peyton McGregor's second one is up and good. His first point of the game. Everybody's got 1 except a couple players. It's Loria for West Fargo's got 2, and you've got Gavin Olson with 2 as well for Horace. Both teams have 8 team fouls, and it's 37-25, our score, with 3:06 left to go. As a shot up by Williams is no good, but a rebound and putback right there. Bryson Hopper for 2, and he makes it a 10-point game. This was a 14-point score at lead for West Fargo at one point, but Horace has whittled it down to 10. Tony Leal trying to add to it. Left-hand turnaround shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Hoffer. He's having a solid end to this first half. Great crossover by Williams. Gets it to Westfall. Horace wants to play fast. Williams will slow things down, let the offense move around. Left-hand dribble to the corner to Westfall. Dribbles it out with the right. Looking top of the key, tried to push it out there and brought it in by Horace. No over and back as it was tipped. Fish, top of the key, guarded by Leal. We'll give it to Williams with 8 on the shot clock. Screen, no, he goes into the paint left. No, we're going to get a pushing foul. I thought he may have fallen down on his own, but the foul on the push called on Max Foul, his second personal, 9th team foul. So to the line for a 1-on-1 will be Zay Williams. Nick Perry's will take a seat on the bench. Colt Kidman will come back in. Zay Williams with 6 points so far. 7, now make it 8. And he makes it 37-28. Horace down by 9, 2:22 left to go in this first half. Williams, second one is up and good as well. So 9 for Williams to lead Horace in scoring. And a little bit of man-to-man pressure put on by the Hawks, and they're going to do a little run and jump as Foul's got the ball. Fish now on him, and he'll stay with them. Foul, left-hand dribble, looking for the cut, will go baseline, goes right into the trees, no good. Rebound brought down by Leal, go up with the left hand, no good. Put back by Shell is good. Max Shell playing at the rim. Back to a 10-point lead for West Fargo. Fish with the ball, guarded tightly by Tiedemann. Gives it into the hands of Holsing. To Westfall, he'll dribble with the left hand, his dominant hand. Corner, thought about a 3. No, is Hoffer. He gets into the paint and then travels. Bodies go flying for the Packers as Tiedemann ended up on the ground after the travel and turnover was committed by Horace. Shell will bring it up for the Packers quickly across the timeline. Then he's jumped by the Horace defense. Give it to Tiedemann. Peyton McGregor gets into the paint, goes right after Fish. Off glass, off iron, good. Peyton McGregor now with 3, and it's back to a 12-point lead for the Packers. This 2-2-1 press has really slowed things down for Horace. I don't even know if it's caused too many turnovers, and when I say that, there is a 10-second backcourt violation and a turnover for Horace. More importantly for the Packers, it has slowed the onslaught down of this Hawks team. Like I said, they want to play fast, and they just haven't been able to because of the 2-2-1 press. Keith McGregor checking on in for Tiedemann. 41-29 with a minute 18 to go in the first half as the ball is brought across the timeline by Foul. He gives it off to Peyton McGregor, dribbles with the left hand into the paint, jump stop, kicks it out to his brother. Keaton, 3, no. And then that one is knocked out of bounds off of West Fargo to Horace. McGregor before that, I don't think he had missed a 3. Peyton McGregor is asking, was that tipped? Nope. Coach Paul Chesky as well kind of arms up, wondering what's going on there as Fish gets the inbound to Williams. Quickly across the timeline, Williams will get it to Hopper. 3, off iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Foul. Strong rebound by Max Foul as he crosses the timeline. Gets it down low to Leal. Way to run the floor, big man. Rewarded for the effort, Tony Leal for 2. And it's 43-29. West Fargo quickly with the pressure as we have 40 seconds to go in the first half. Fish into the paint, stops to the left hand, gives it to Westfall. He'll get into the paint as well. Now kick it out down low. Wide open as Bryson Hopper up and in for 2. Great ball movement by Horace. It's 43-31. Across the timeline is Peyton McGregor, guarded by Williams. Takes the screen from his brother, then loses the ball, but lost it because of a foul. And we'll see who this one is on. I believe they're going to call that on Zay Williams, and they do. That's Zay Williams' second personal, 10th team foul, pardon me, 9th team foul. As Peyton McGregor will go to the line for a one-on-one with 25 seconds to go. The first one is up and in and out, no good. Zay Williams with the rebound, but we had a whistle and then a believe they may have called a lane violation is why we have that. I'm being a little bit this far away. I was trying to figure out if somebody had messed up on the team fouls, but I do believe it was a lane violation on Horace, which gives Peyton another opportunity to the front end of a one-on-one. Doesn't take advantage of it. Rebound brought down by Hoffer, then almost taken away by Keaton McGregor from Evanson, who had checked into the game for the last 20 seconds of this first half. A fast-paced first half of action between these two squads. Carter Evanson will take the ball and give it back into the hands of Holsing, who has it taken away on the bounce pass as he tried to get it to Fish. Keaton to Perry's up and in for 2, and Nick Perry's now approaching that double-digit mark. 45-31, 6 seconds to go on the clock. Give it to Evanson with 4. Evanson over to Fish, has it knocked out of his hands by Leal and then out of bounds with 1.3 seconds to go. Horace will have to draw something up here to end the half. Evanson to inbound. They are looking. They give it to Fish. He'll hoist from deep. Got it! To end the half with an exclamation point for Horace. Carvin Fish knocks it down from deep, and Horace down 11 at the break. What a half for us. We'll get an opportunity to recap it all when we come back from the break and bring you the First Class Mortgage halftime show. At the end of the first half, West Fargo 45, Horace 34. You're watching High School Hoops on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onset Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onstedlaw.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Welcome back to West Fargo Horace, specifically. The Horace Hawks and the West Fargo Packers. What a battle, what a game in that first half, as we had a total of 79 points scored between these two teams, and just a lot of fun as they went back and forth in an opportunity to try and outdo one another. Welcome, of course, to the First Class Mortgage halftime show. First Class Mortgage is more than just our company's name. It's the way we do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, our dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. We provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That's firstclasscorp.com. Look back at that first half as we take a look at how both teams did from a scoring perspective. For West Fargo High, 45 points on the scoreboard. They were led by Keaton McGregor's 18. In fact, Keaton was 5 of 5 at one point from 3. Ended up getting one free throw and a layup to get his total to 18 points. But that young man was on fire early on in that first half for the Packers to lead all scorers with 18. He was joined by Max Fowl and his strong start to the first half as well. He has 10 total points so far in this game. Nick Perry's, he started to pick it up late in that first half when 8 points in total, started to score a little bit more towards the end. Also getting into the scorer column was Tony Leal with 4. Peyton McGregor had 3, and Max Schell with a tip-in ended up with 2. 45 total points for West Fargo. Another thing that we really have to kind of talk about, too, is the fact that West Fargo came out with a 2-2-1 press and ended up really disturbing things, I would say, for Horace as they wanted to get up and down the court. Because of that, that ended up being the issue for West Fargo Horace in trying to get the ball into a position offensively to score some points, see if they could get their offense rolling. That was a great job by Coach Palczewski to distribute that type of defense and really slow things down for Horace, because I do feel like that ended up being a bit of an issue for West Fargo. I should say Horace High in that situation. For the Hawks, scoring came as well for them. It was a little bit more balanced than it was for West Fargo. For Horace, they were led in scoring by both Carvin Fish and Zay Williams. Both those players had 9 points, 6 points from Brady Westfall, 5 points from Carter Evanson, and 4 points from Bryson Harfer. Moose Diomande ended up with 1 point as well, but those 9 points from Zay Williams and Carvin Fish, they're two better players. They're two better offensive players. They're the guys that you would expect to show up and score in buckets. Carvin Fish had the 3 at the end of that first half, which was huge for him and huge for Horace to get this score down to 45-34. Only down 11 are the Hawks. As we get into the break, we'll take our final pause of this First Class Mortgage halftime show. When we come back, we'll take a look at what both teams are going to need to do in this second half if they want to come away with the victory. You're watching Class A Boys Basketball on your live event.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit Dagelman.com to view our openings.
Back here on the First Class Mortgage halftime show, Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you. 45-34 is our score. West Fargo High with the 11-point lead as we take a look at what both teams are going to have to do if they want to come away with a victory in what is the last game of January for both of these squads. Obviously, it's the last day of January as well. But with Horace, we'll start with the team that is trailing right now. It's got to be able to handle the ball in the front court. That is, or I should say in the back court. That has been the biggest issue for them. I don't know how many breakaway points the Packers have, but that has just been constant turnovers from the guards of Horace, and they really do need to control the ball better. You take back some possessions, you get better looks at three. I could see West Fargo Horace really kind of cutting into this deficit at 45-34. On the other side, for West Fargo, continue that pressure, right? Find more ways to get the turnovers, find more ways to get some consistent scoring from Nick Perry's and Tony Leal. Those two scores, your two top scores coming into this game, are the ones that are going to have to carry you across the finish line as we get towards the latter half of this second half. We saw Nick Perry's really pick it up at the end of the first half. I'd like to see Tony Leal get a little bit more involved as well. He only had 4 points tonight. Keaton McGregor, Max Fowl, great first half, but now you need your stars and starters to really step up and carry this across the finish line. We'll take our final break at halftime. When we come back, the second half action from the Horace Gym. You're watching North Dakota Class A boys basketball on your live event. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes back here with you at the Horace Gymnasium. 45-34 your score as West Fargo will begin with the ball and the lead. Normal starters for both squads, and that includes Max Fowl, who goes up for the shot. It's knocked out of his hands, but there is a foul that will be called on the shot. So Max Fowl will go to the line to shoot two. The foul ends up being on Zay Williams, his third personal and first team foul. His foul's first one is up and good. 11 points now for Max Fowl. Zay Williams caught a couple of fouls towards the end of that first half, and now already with 3, and we have 17:47 to go in this game. So something to watch for as this goes on, as the second one is up and no good. Mike Safoy, by the way, has went to the scores table, and right away we see West Fargo come out with a 2-2-1 press. Can Horace break it? They do there, and they've got a breakaway as Westfall try to skip it across into the hands of Evanston, but right there is Tony Leal. Down the other way with the Euro step through for 2. Keep up the pressure if you're the Packers. Get Leal involved. All of those things hitting now. As on the other way, Fish will go up for the layup and 2. So there's the back end of the pressure. If you break it, you can score easily as Carvin Fish now has 11. Down the other way, up for 2, no good, but Tony Leal, in his attempt to go for 2, is fouled. So right away, I mean, we're barely 49 seconds into this first half, and it's a track meet back and forth for both of these teams as Fish picks up his second personal foul and the second team foul as Tony Leal puts it up and in for 2. And Zay Williams, with those 3 personals so early on in this half, will have to take an early seat. And Mike Safoy will head into the game for the Hawks. Leal. In and out, rebound, push around into the hands of Perrys, who goes up and in for two. So max foul there to tip it over to Perrys, who goes off glass, and 51-36, and quickly West Fargo with the lead. Evanson couldn't handle the pass from Fish. Kind of stumbles with it. Safoy top of the key. We'll give it over to Diomande. Goes to Westfall. Safoy corner back to Westfall, who will try to drive on Keith McGregor. Nothing there. Nice defense by McGregor. Give it to Fish. Safoy top of the key. Almost traveled with it, and then is fouled as he tried to kick it out into the corner to Diomande. Foul is on Tony Leal, his second personal. First team foul for West Fargo. Inbounds underneath to Fish, who comes up with it, looking for a cutting Westfall, who's there for two. Beautiful play on the inbound. Westfall cuts to the hoop. He has 8. 51-38 is our score. Perrys guarded by Safoy. Bounce pass over to Leal. Thought about giving it to McGregor. Will back down. Fish looks for a cutting foul. Who's there? Goes up for two. No, but Leal is there for the putback. So Tony Leal, who had 4 points in that first half, now has 8 as Evanson will stop, pop, drop. Carter Evanson, the freshman, has 8. Down the other way, Shell. No, Leal tried to put the foot back up. No, but McGregor goes up for 2. Can't finish point blank, but there's Leal. So Tony Leal coming out on fire. He's got 7 points in this first half. Mike Safoy with the ball, thought about it, decides against it. We'll bring it back out. He's got Diomande in the corner. Nobody saw him. He was wide open in the near corner, but they pushed it over to the other side. Diomande tries to go for a cut. And now we're going to get an offensive foul. Moose Diomande with the foul, offensive. Not sure if he was trying to clear the defender out of the way or what the issue was there. Even so, it is his second personal and the third team foul on Horace. 55-41 our score as they go down low. Tony Leal's quickly double team, try to get over to Shell and throws it away. Great idea from Leal as Shell was open and when his man left to create the double team. Just couldn't execute the pass. Carvin Fish, by the way, has checked out, and in his place is Bryson Hoffer. He had a solid first half, and now he has the ball. Gives it back to Diomande, who's going to drive into the paint, and that one's knocked away by foul into the hands of Perrys. It's a 4-on-2 for West Fargo. Leal, nice give to McGregor, who can't finish at the rim. I'm telling you, it's too close. He's got to get at least 20 feet away, as that one is knocked out of bounds off the leg of Hoffer. Out of bounds will go back to West Fargo. McGregor into foul. Perrys on the right wing, guarded by Westfall. He'll pull and knock it down. So Nick Perry's now with 5 in the half. Tony Leal has got 7 in the half. It's 58-41, and this one taken away by Keaton McGregor. He gives it out to Perrys, kind of a lackadaisical pass, taken away by Horace, but he steals it right back. Perrys in the paint, shot up, no good. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Foul at the top of the key. He goes to Shell on the wing, decides to go Perrys and slow things down. Leal will set the screen off the left hand. Perrys goes down low to Leal, then knocked out of his hands. Safoy comes up with it, and he'll give it off to Evanson, who will push ahead for Horace into the hands of Westfall. Westfall, 3, in and out. Rebound brought down by Leal. Leal wants to push. Ahead to Foul. Foul doesn't have the numbers. Foul doesn't care. Spin move into the lane for 2, no, but a foul. Ends up being on Mike Safoy. His second personal. 4th team foul on Horace, down 58-41. It's foul, 1 for 2 from the line in this half, make it 1-4-3. We said at the break it's got to be Tony Leal and it's got to be Nick Perrys. Loved what you saw from Keaton McGregor and Max Foul within that first half, but those two are your top scorers, and both have come out on fire. 12 of the 13 points in this half have come from those two as Keaton McGregor tries to come away and does with the offensive board. West Fargo just right now is playing a little bit harder than Horace, and it's showing up as Shell down low. Easy hoop. Great find by Leal as Shell puts it up and in for 2. Loose balls, turnovers, just really finding everything going their way as West Fargo as another turnover falls into the hand of Perry's. It's a 19-point lead for West Fargo. Leal will drive into the paint, fake the pass out, go up for two. Yes, and one! Tony Leal with 13 points. 9 of them have come in this second half. All in the last 4 minutes and change. He has been a problem for Horace as Carvin Fish checks on in. And we also have for Horace, checking in for the first time, Noah Sherva, 6'2" junior forward. As Leal's shot is up and good. Foul ended up being on Bryce Hoffer, his first personal, and the 5th team foul. As Sherva with the ball, checking in for the first time, almost had it stolen away from him by Westfall. Evanson back to Westfall, looking over to Sherva, who thought about going down low and does to Fish. Fish up and in for 2. Carter Fish got to feed the fish as West Fargo down the other way. Keaton McGregor, that's a 3rd layup he's missed, but we are going to get a foul, and we'll see what the call is. It is on Tony Leal, Tony's 3rd personal, 2nd team foul. Carvin Fish with 13 points for Horace now has the ball in a one-on-one situation, but he'll let things slow down. Offense, defense catch up. Safoy with the ball. Horace is down 20. They got to start slowly chipping away at this lead. Fish with the ball, swings it over to Evanson. Evanson, wing 3, boom! Carter Evanson. The freshman now with 11. Playing some tough defense on Perry's, who dribbles it off his foot. Evanson on the ground, comes up with the turnover, gives it off into the hands of Sherva. Up to Westfall. Westfall one-on-one with McGregor, lets him go through, up and in, it's good! Brady Westfall, what a move to let McGregor slide on by the harm and the hoop. And Brady Westfall now has an opportunity for an and one. And slowly but surely cutting into that deficit. Was 20, now 15. Westfall at the line to try and make it 14 as Leal and Shell find their way to the bench. Checking in is Cole Tiedemann and Boniface Loria for West Fargo as Westfall puts that up and in for 2. Westfall with 5 in this half. Evanson with 6. 4 from Fish is there as a great answer by Cole Tiedemann for 3. His first bucket of the game. Back to a 17-point lead. Fish with the ball, has it taken away from him by foul into the hands of McGregor. Goes down to Perry, who can't finish. Perry's, I should say, and Keaton McGregor have both missed some point-blank shots as Sherva gives it back to Evanson. Evanson just converged upon by the West Fargo Packers defense. Both McGregor and Tiedemann were there. They're going to call Keaton McGregor with the foul. Keaton's 3rd personal, 4th team foul for West Fargo. And we get the first time. Wetterling will check in for West Fargo, but this is as Loria comes away almost with the turnover, knocks it out of bounds. Will stay Horace basketball, but for the first time for the Packers, we are seeing Landon Troftgruben check in for West Fargo as Westfall trying to get it in. Finally does, but to the wrong player as Wetterling comes away with the turnover. Quickly head the other way to Loria. So definitely a different look for West Fargo in terms of players. Not a lot of guys that you are familiar with as Troftgruben has it. Only one starter out though right now, and Max Foul. Loria 4-3 in and out, but Wetterling comes away with the rebound. There's Tiedemann. Can he do it back-to-back? No. Fish comes away with the board. And then 3 West Fargo players around him. Somebody had to be fouling him, and somebody did, as it ends up being Max Foul with the foul. His 3rd personal and 5th team foul. 11:49 to go in this game, and already 10 fouls combined between the two teams. They did play fouls pretty evenly, but right now they're starting to stack up. That's Max Foul's 3rd. As Safoy's got trouble. Fish finally gets it across to Evanson. Evanson thought about a deep 3. Will try to drive on Loria. Can't. Safoy guarded by Foul. Will dribble it out of the corner in trouble. Looking down low for Fish. Instead takes a deep wing 3 off back iron. No good. Foul with it. Quickly ahead to Troftgruben. Troftgruben goes right at Westfall. No, says Westfall as he comes up with the offensive foul. Trough a little bit out of control on that one. It's his first personal, 6th team foul. Nick Perry's checks on in. Max Fowl will check on out. 2-2-1 defense. 2-2-1 pressure, in fact. Horace has figured out a way to beat it pretty quickly as Sherva gets it across into the hands of Fish. At what point do you bring Zay Williams back in as we've hit the 11-15 mark? Not quite the halfway point, but we're getting close as Evanson hands it off to Safoy. He gets into the paint, step back from the elbow, shot up, and off the scoreboard. It goes in, but because the scoreboard is considered out of bounds, it ends up being a turnover. And there is, on cue almost, Zay Williams is going to check on in for Mike Safoy. Also get another new number player coming off the bench. Aiden Green seeing the floor for the first time for West Fargo High, or I should say for Horace. His first action of the game, the 8th grader, 5'9" guard. Down low, ball. Loria has it taken away from him by Sherva. And Zay Williams will run the point for Horace. Cross to the timeline. Fish thought about a screen. Instead, he'll give it to him top of the key. Try to drive on Loria. Loria getting in there and a jump ball. Great job by Loria to stick his mitt in there and come up with the held ball. Possession arrow stays Horace. 10:39 to go. It was a 20-point lead at one time for the Packers. And then Horace had a couple 3 points. 3-pointer from Evanson and then a 3-point play from Westfall. And we've been kind of stuck at 16-point, I should say a 15-point lead for a while with West Fargo High up 66-49. Williams gets into the paint. Stop. Pop. Too strong. Rebound brought down by Wetterling. Couple players on him. Ball almost knocked out of the hand of Perry's. As Sherva does, in fact, cause the turnover. Perry's kind of forgot where he was on the near sideline. Steps out of bounds. Turnover, Packers. This game teetering in the balance. You feel like a next bucket or a small little run for Horace would be such a boost to their confidence. Williams trying to go against Loria. He's shut down. Loria, strong defense. Gives it to Green on the wing. Green into the corner to Evanson, who gets it out of there. We'll give it to Sherva. Down to Williams, who gives it to Fish on the block, who loses it. Great job by Loria to come away with that one. Quickly head the other way, but stolen. Evanson comes up with the steal. Fish, top of the key. Give it to Green. Green. Nice pass over to Sherva, who goes up for 2. No, but Fish comes down with the rebound, goes up for the putback. Good. Carvin Fish now with 6.5, 15 for the game. And we're going to get a timeout by Paul Chesky of West Fargo. A quick 30-second timeout to talk things over with his team. We'll take one as well. 66-51 your score. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event. 66-51 our score, about 45 seconds away from the halfway mark of the second half between these two teams. We talked about fouls a little bit being balanced. The team fouls are balanced, but West Fargo High has kind of accumulated some troubling trends. Max Fowl, Keaton McGregor, Tony Leal, 3 of the 5 starters all have 3 personal fouls. Max Fowl right now, in fact, the only one of those 3 still in the game right now. McGregor and Leal catching a breather for this team. Perry's out there as well as he has the ball, guarded by Green. Gets into the elbow, shot is up, no good. Green comes away with the board. Playing big for an 8th grader as Evanson quickly gets it ahead to Sherva. Sherva one dribble, handed back to Evanson, who will slow things down. Guarded by Perry's. Hands it off to Williams. He'll take the Evanson screen, who rolls off it. He's open. 3, off iron, no good. But it falls into his hands. Way to follow your shot in Evans as he gets it down low to Fish. Does Williams. We're going to get a travel. I should say Evanson. Travel on Fish. Turnover Horace as Tony Leal will check into the game for Loria. Solid minutes defensively from Loria. Came up with a couple turnovers. Played strong down low. Played strong on Fish. And really helped spell Leal for a minute. Max foul into the game as well as he crossed the timeline, guarded by Aiden Green. We'll give it off to Wetterling. Shell cutting, almost lost it, to Perry's. Top the key to Wetterling. Shell, wing, thought about a three, no. Goes down low to Leal at great position on Fisher, goes up and in for two. Tony Leal now with 12 points in the second half. He's been big, 16 in total for the Packers at 68-51. Williams goes at Wetterling, plays good defense, and a jump ball turnover, Horace. Perry's will take it across the timeline for West Fargo. Gets a screen from foul and give it off to him. Shell, open, wing, three, in and out. Boy, that felt like that could have been an early dagger. The ball just kicked out of bounds by Sherva. And it will stay with West Fargo, but Shell had an opportunity to put it to a 20-point game with about 8:20 to go. Instead, West Fargo, although retained possession, looking to put another hoop in. Why not go at or go to Tony Leal? Can't put it in, knocked out of bounds as Fish tried to come down with the rebound. And West Fargo will come back in with that 2-2-1 press. They've been deploying this since about the 4-minute mark, maybe a little bit later in that first half, or I should say earlier in that first half. Horace came out of the break, figured out a way to break and had some breakaways, but it still is being deployed nicely by Polcheski and West Fargo because it slows down the West Fargo Horace offense, but nobody's slowing down Carter Evanson tonight. Another three for him. He's got 13, or I should say 14 in total for the young man. 9 in this half. It's 68-54. Down low to Leal, left hand shot up, no good. Goes up and over. Zay Williams gets the board and the putback. It's been Tony Leal's half, 14 in the second half as Evanson crosses the timeline with it. 18 in total for Leal. Williams at the logo. West Fargo did back off that 2-2-1 press a little bit as Williams cut off by foul. He's played great defense tonight, has foul, and Leal picks him up off the screen. Williams just shakes the defense, throws up a shot, no good. Foul then pushes Williams out of the way, and in fact gets a foul called on him for the aggressive nature going after that ball. And that's the 7th team foul, so I believe we are going to get a 1-and-1 opportunity. And that is the case, as that's the 4th on foul. We talked about it coming out of the break, how some of these players have been accumulating fouls as foul takes a seat on the bench. Keaton McGregor has checked on in for West Fargo, the Packers. Getting him back into the contest as Zay Williams will go to the line for a 1-and-1. First one is up and good for Zay Williams. 9 in the first half. That's his first point of the second half. Also into the game is Bryson Hoffer and Moose Diamande. They have checked in along with Brady Westfall. Aiden Green staying in, and Williams' second one is up and good. And then we're going to get Mike Safori to check in for Zay Williams as well. And it's 70-56. Been just really around that 15, 16, 14-point lead for the Packers. It feels like less, just the way that Horace has been playing as they try to do the man run and jump defense, getting the ball handler as he crosses the timeline. But Nick Perry's wise to that. Avoids the double team and then gets it out of the corner, going down low to Leal. Double team quickly out Wetterling. Wing three, got it! Alex Wetterling. What a time to knock down his first bucket of the game. And it is 73-56. Back to a 17-point lead. Savoy thought about it, gives it to Green. He'll dribble, crossover, go down low into the hands of Fish. He'll give it to Diamande. He gets into the paint. Runner, right hand, off glass. Good, and one. Moose with the finish. It's the 8th team foul on West Fargo. Second personal on Alex Wetterling. So he took a 3, made a 3, and then on this possession, the 3-point play back to Horace. Moose with 4 points now, 3 in this half. 14-point lead for West Fargo. It's time now for Horace to get some stops and cut into this lead. Keaton McGregor, who's been held scoreless in the second half after going off for 18 in the first. As the Packers get it down low to Leal. His turnaround jumper left short. Duwande comes down with the hoop. He'll hand it off to Hoffer. Comes off the screen, gets into the paint, goes right after Wetterling, kicks it off to Green in the corner. Green wants to get it out of trouble. Cut by Westfall. Green behind the back, loses it. Now drives baseline on Perry. Skip pass, corner. Westfall, he'll drive into the paint. He'll stop, he'll pop, it won't drop. Long rebound. Shell has it and then is hit out of bounds. And I believe we're going to get a foul on Hoffer. And if that's the case, his second personal, 6th team foul. Make sure to stay tuned in the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We'll have the Energy Player of the Game brought to you by Enbridge, and then the Featured Precision Player of the Game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. Just under 6 minutes to go in this one. 73-59 your score, as there is a near turnover at the timeline by Keaton McGregor, and are knocked out of his hands. He retains possession, gives it to Wetterling, who's double teamed in the corner. Top the key to Leal, who's swinging it over to Perry's, down to the baseline to Shell. Cutter, Leal can't get it because Horace is there to knock it away, but Shield comes back up with the possession. Perry's corner, 3, got it. Timeout, Coach Palczewski will break with him as well. A big 3 with 5:30 to go gives West Fargo a 76-59 lead and a 16-point advantage. You're watching, should say 17-point advantage. You're watching North Dakota High School Hoops on your live event.
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
The Packers going into that break and knocked down a big 3 from Nick Perry. He's almost lost possession. Up 14. It felt in that moment had Horace come away with that ball, they may have had an opportunity to really climb back into this game. However, Nick Perry's with a 3, who now has 16 points for the game, 8 in this half, gives the 17-point lead back to the Packers. Near turnover by Diomande, and in fact does, as he throws it away. Was trapped in a very precarious position and ends up into the hands of Perry's with 5:17 to go in this game. Keaton McGregor dribbles into the paint, layup, right hand, good. Finally put one in from point blank range and put one in this half. He's got 20 to lead all scorers because of that first half explosion. The 20 points still leads everybody else, but boy, it took him a while to get back into the scoring column. Horace Williams comes off the fish screen, gives over Westfall. 3, in and out. Rebound brought down by Leal. What a half for Leal, by the way. He's had 14 in this half as Foul kicks it ahead. Shell, corner, 3, in and out. Rebound brought down by Fish. Williams has to push ahead to Diomande, who loses the ball out on the wing and is beside himself. (78-59), the Packers, knowing the sting of that loss on December 9th, are really putting it to Horace in the second half as Keith McGregor goes right at Williams, who went straight up. No foul called. McGregor, who's been held in check in this second half. No point there. Evanson gets rid of his defender, and Max Foul almost saved from going out of bounds by Perry's. I think everybody thought that ball was just going to go out of bounds. Williams, drive, spin move on McGregor, and up and under, no. Rebound brought down by Westfall. Evanson, 3, off back iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Fish, who goes up for 2. Good and 1. Foul down low on Max Foul, and it ends up being his 5th personal. And with that, Max Foul will find a seat for the rest of this game. Good game for the senior Max Foul. Unfortunately, his night comes to an end with 3:56 to go in this game. Timeout, Horace will break with them. 78-61 your score. The Packers on top. You're watching North Dakota Class A boys basketball on your live event.
Located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you in Horace, North Dakota, part of the West Fargo School District. Horace High School, home of the Hawks. They trail West Fargo 78-61. Horace back on December 9th came away with a victory, only the second game of the school's history from a varsity standpoint. They defeated this West Fargo team 89-87 on December 9th. Well, nearly 2 months later, West Fargo has come into the Horace building and has really done a great job of holding that Horace offense at bay. They lead 78-61 as Carvin Fish will go to line to finish that and one opportunity as he puts it up and in for two. Carvin Fish, 18 points so far in this game, 9 in the first half, 9 in the second half. Down 16 are the Hawks, as Perry's has the ball taken away from him by Evans. It's on the ground as Shell and Fish go diving for it. We're going to get a held ball. Possession arrow, Horace. .341 to go. That's the one thing that when talking to Coach Palczewski before the game, he said Horace is going to battle. They're not going to go anywhere. And so we can't take anything for granted. They have played hard. That is one thing that you can notice with Horace. There's just no quit in them. Zay Williams for three, no good. Rebound brought down by Perez. Quickly out to Wetterling. Wetterling going up against Evanson. And one. Wetterling went right after Evanson, challenged him to try and stand his ground, and Evanson just could not get his feet set quick enough as Wetterling will try to finish the three-point play. That one is good. Just for the sake of argument, Carter Everson listed at 5'10", 130. On the other side, Wetterling is 6'4". A little bit of a height advantage. Weight not listed for Wetterling, but I got to imagine that he is a little bit bigger than 130 pounds. As Diomande, nice little dish in the paint to Fish, who goes up and in for two. Carvin Fish now with 11 in the half. He's got 20 to tie the man with the ball, Keaton McGregor, who went hard into the paint, and then a foul committed on the drive or on the shot. We'll see. It looks like it was on the shot, so foul ends up being on Carter Evanson. His third personal. 8th team foul as McGregor puts that one in. And one more to come. Looks like we have maybe a little bit of blood here for Keaton McGregor. As they will work to kind of patch that up. Just to look at things as we go to the end of this one with 3 minutes to go for West Fargo High. A victory, barring a meltdown of epic proportions. Victory is going to get them to 6-8 overall, 7-9 in the EDC. They'll play Thursday at Bemidji and then rest for the rest of this week. That Bemidji game, obviously a non-conference game, but a 7-9 record in EDC play is it's going to be solid, and it's going to be a nice opportunity for them to try and get into the month of February and start to get on a hot streak, as McGregor's second one is up and good. He now has 22 total points as Evanson has the ball. Give it to Fish, top of the key, over to Westfall. Corner, Diomande will get into the paint, drive, nice dish over to Fish, up and in. No, can't finish at point-blank range. As McGregor comes down, gives it to Perry's. McGregor on the jump stop, looked like he got hit in the abdomen. And we're going to get a quick 30-second timeout as on the other end, Tony Leal puts it in for two. So McGregor will kind of jog over to the bench. Most likely take a seat and take a breather for a minute. On the other side, West Fargo's Horace, following tonight's game, they are going to go and play at home against Davies. Going to be a difference there between the top and the bottom of the EDC to end the week. That's going to be on Friday, February 3rd. Davies 14-1 overall, and the EDC 12-2 overall. I should say 14-1 in EDC, 12-2 overall. Horace will have a chance to host them. And just kind of quickly looking at what Friday has to bring for West Fargo High. In fact, they actually will be hosting a game on Friday against Valley City. So not only win important from that standpoint, but Valley City sitting at the bottom of the standings, you might have an opportunity to pick up another victory at home as Zay Williams shot up, no good. Carvin Fish there, though, for the cleanup. Up and in 4-2. As West Fargo gets it across the timeline, Shell to Wetterlane. Almost tried to get it to Leal, who was open going towards the hoop, but it's knocked out of bounds. Will stay Packer basketball. Parrish to inbound, or I should say Tiedemann to inbound to Shell, no good as Leal comes down with the board, up and in for 2, yes. Tony Leal. What a half for this young man. He's got 18 in the half. 22 total for the game. As Moose crossover into the paint, will give it off to Williams on the wing. Tries to drive on Parrish, cannot. Crossover, spin move in the lane. Shot up, no good as it's blocked by Leal. Wetterling to Leal. Leal for the jam! And the exclamation point! Tony Leal with 20 points in the second half. Puts the nail in the coffin for the Packers as Horace will send in the remainder of their bench. Kind of signaling the end of these things as Dang Dot checking in for Horace along with Aiden Green, Isaac Christensen, Mike Safoy, and Sherva. As Safoy has the ball, gets in the paint, up and under, no, but a foul called. Boy, Tony Leal with the half that he had to match the first half that Keaton McGregor had. We talked about it again. You had to have Tony Leal. You had to have Nick Perry's step up in this second half if you want to come away with a victory. And boy, did Tony Leal ever step up in this second half. Right from the get-go. Wasn't even a minute in, and he was scoring buckets, getting putbacks. And he will check out. Boniface Loria will come in for him. Safoy's first one and second one, both good. The foul, by the way, ended up being on Max Shell, his second personal. As Christensen picks up the defense full court, West Fargo will try to bleed clock and shot clock as well. A big victory for them. Bemidji on Thursday, followed by hosting Valley City on Friday for the Packers. A way to end the month for West Fargo, trying to separate themselves in that middle of the EDC standings. As Perry's shot is up and no good. Rebound brought down by Safoy. Under a minute to go now. West Fargo Horace doesn't get any easier for them as Davies will be coming in. Safoy's step back foot was on the line. Shot up no good. Rebound brought down by Dutt. Can't put the putback in. And then rebound brought down by Perry's. But a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock as Perry's will give it to Tiedemann over to Shell. And Horace hosting Davies, the top team in the EDC, as we get an offensive foul on Tiedemann and a turnover with 24 seconds to go. Davies, Fargo North, two of the best teams in this EDC, both sitting at 1 and 2, respectively. There are going to be some tough outs, and Horace is going to have an opportunity to host the best team in the EDC. Might be one of the best teams in the state in Davies, as Green's shot is up and good. Aiden Green getting into the scoring column. As Horace will pick up Shell, kind of run and jump, and then we're going to get a foul on Christensen. Trying to play this one out till the end. Christensen's first personal and 8th team foul. So Shell will go to the line for a 1-on-1. First one is up and good. We'll have an opportunity after this one to be joined by Coach Adam Palczewski and the Packers. Kind of get his take on how tonight's game went. 90 points, now 91 points, in fact, for West Fargo. And the Horace Hawks will just dribble this thing out, and that's all she wrote. 91-70, your final from Horace, as the Packers get the victory and some EDC points and a boost to end the month of January, 91-70. On our Tommy's Express Car Wash show, we'll make sure and name the RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game and the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. 91-70, your final. We'll have a chance to talk to Coach Adam Palczewski as well, the head coach of the winning West Fargo Packers. You're watching Class A North Dakota High School Boys Hoops on your live event.
High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
I'm really happy here because on a daily basis when I get here, I'm so excited to work with the people around me.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
Welcome back to your live event. Adam Palczewski, head coach of the West Fargo Packers. Congratulations on the win, Coach. Hard-earned victory. Boy, Horace really made you guys get after it. I want to start by asking you, what was the thought process, or when did you decide to implement that 2-2-1 kind of full court press? It really felt like you sped up Horace, or at least slowed him down enough to cause some turnovers. But where did that come from? What was that thought process there?
We ran it experimented in practice a little bit, ran it a little bit versus Wapton, and then against Cheyenne some. But when you're behind, you can't do it against Cheyenne. But we've had it practicing for about 2 weeks now. And when they took Williams out, they're a little short on ball handlers, so it's a good time to do it, and our guys played it really well.
How about Keaton McGregor's start to this game as well on offense? I think he hit his first 5 threes at 18 points in the first half. Him and Max Fowler, your only 2 scorers for like the first half of the first half. They really gave you guys the energy and an opportunity. But just talk about his game in the first half and what it gave you guys the boost that needed.
Yeah, Keaton came out ready to win. I think all of our guys were pretty prepared, pretty ready to win against these guys because they beat us last time, and it was good. But I don't say too much about that. It's up to them to be upstanding young men, have character, and men have character come out to play right away. And Keaton did that right away. He's a good shooter and a good player. And Max was confident. Yeah, those guys got after it.
Tony Leal in the second half, he had 20 out of 24 in that second half. And you know, as we were preparing to go into that game, that was one thing that I thought, too, is you needed to see Tony Leal and Nick Perry's, the 2 guys who had started back on December 9th because the roster was a little bit depleted with injury. He really came out right away from the get-go and gave you that energy. Was that, again, something you talked about in the
second half? Tony had to get more physical around the rim. He was kind of fading away in the first half, shooting some fadeaway hook shots that we don't teach. So we got after him a little bit at halftime, and he can handle that. So he went down, ducked his guy in right nice and low, and got buckets. Went strong to the rim and finished. Like I said, 20 points and a half. I'll take that. I'll take that for a game, let alone a half.
Now you've got Thursday game. You're out in Bemidji, and then you come back and you host Valley City. But this is, as we talked about, kind of how you wanted to end things in January to get things going in February as you get a little bit healthier. Where do you put this on the scale of what are you building towards? How much momentum you feel you can get from a victory like this?
Every win matters. We take them one at a time. We're trying to be 1-0 on the day. And we need to get on a winning streak. That's kind of what we got to get to with momentum. And then, I scheduled this one on purpose to have a back-to-back Thursday, Friday, because we're going to have to play back-to-back if we're going to make a state tournament and accomplish the goals we want. So we got a long road to hoe in front of us. But this is a good experience playing on a Tuesday, getting a little prep one day, coming back, playing a team we don't even know about, because you never know who you're going to play necessarily the day after. Then we got to play Valley City, who's playing better right now and making shots, and Coach Terry's got them doing a lot of good things. So it'll be a challenge. There's no gimmies in this league this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good one tonight. Coming back, you avenged the loss from earlier in the season. You put 91 up on them, and hopefully that offensive momentum can continue Thursday in Bemidji and Friday at home against Valley City.
Starts on defense, and let's see what we bring the rest of the week.
Absolutely. Coach Adam Polcheski, the head coach of the West Fargo Packers, thank you for joining us. When we come back, we'll talk about RDK Feature Precision Player of the Game and the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. You're watching North Dakota High School Hoops on your live event.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back to the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app on Google Play or the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash part of your clean routine. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They've got the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. That's Tommy's Express Car Wash. This post-game show brought to you by them. Thank you to them and all our sponsors. And we'll get an opportunity to give a shout-out to a couple more, both RDK and Enbridge. But want to just kind of put a final bow on the comments from Coach Polcheski. Defense creates offense, and that was truly evident tonight with the implementation of that 2-2-1 press, going really about halfway even to the second part of that first half against Horace. It sped things up for them offensively, allowed them to get some breakaways, threw a wrench in how Horace wanted to attack them offensively as well. They figured it out to start the second half, but by that point, West Fargo had a ton of momentum in Tony Leal's second half as well. What a half from him. Before we get to those, feature precision and energy players of the game, let's go through some of these final stats for both of these teams. We start with Horace, 70 points on the scoreboard tonight. Nothing to sneeze at. 22 from Carvin Fish. He had 14 from Carter Evanson, some threes there for him. Both Brady Westfall and Zay Williams had 11 points each. He also had 4 from Moose Diamande and Bryson Hoffer, and then 2 from Gavin, or I should say Mike Safoy, and 2 from Aiden Green. For the Packers, they're led in scoring by Tony Leals, 24, 20 of which came in the second half. Right behind him was 22 points from Keaton McGregor. 18 of those came in the first half. 16 poured in by Nick Perry's, 11 from Max Fow. You had 6 from Alex Wetterling, 5 from Max Shell, 3 from Peyton McGregor and Cole Tiedemann. And we'll keep it right there to give you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That's got to be Keaton McGregor. The energy that he came out with in that first half, knocking down threes, attacking the hoop as much as he could. He really provided a spark for West Fargo right away. Him and Max Fowl both, but for this particular award, we're going to go with Keaton McGregor. 22 points in total, 18 in that first half for that Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Tomorrow is happening right now. Now more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com enbridge-life takes energy. That is tomorrowison.com. Enbridge Energy player of the game, Keith McGregor. And really when it comes to RDK, is it any surprise that the feature precision player of the game goes to Tony Leal? Precision, exactly what you saw from him in that second half. 20 of his 24 points coming in the last 18 minutes. But bringing that energy to begin the half, but then sustaining it throughout. A lot of buckets at the rim, putbacks, rebounds. Huge game from Tony Leal, who came into this game averaging 14.5 points and 11 rebounds a game. Big one for Tony Leal and the RDK Enterprise Feature Precision Player of the Game. Get ready for spring planting season with RDK Enterprises. For maintenance, parts, and upgraded options, they can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and RDK Enterprises is here to meet the challenge with you. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. Spring, probably a little bit further away than we feel right now with it being so cold outside, and we are just a few hours away from the end of the month of January, which will bring the month of February, and one of the most important months when it comes to the basketball season. Everybody remembers March, but what you do in February creates momentum for the month of March, and it is going to be a fun month across the Your Live Event network. And we appreciate you spending time with us tonight and enjoying this Class A North Dakota High School hoop action between West Fargo, the Packers, and the Horace High Hawks. The final score from Horace High: West Fargo, Packers 91, the Hawks 74. Joey Hughes, I'm Dan Gunnarsson saying thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
We'll be right back.